Good evening, everybody. Hello, and welcome to your Tuesday evening installment of SPTV live from the UK. I'm Apostate Alex, for those of you who don't know me, and welcome to the chat, everybody. Thank you for joining. I am going to be starring comments as we go through. We'll say hello to everybody first and foremost. Joanna V, so much tea to be spilled. Exactly. We're British. We put the T in OT. Dings XY. Well, looking forward to this. Hello, Cindy from Kentucky. And Karen puts it so perfectly. Hi, Alex. What hath thee wrought now? And of course, Selena from Wales. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, get your comments and questions in. I'll star them and bring them up. But let's bring you straight to the news. For those of you who don't know, I've effectively been at war with East Grinstead Town Council recently because it was uncovered that they're massive supporters of the Church of Scientology, whose UK headquarters, St. Hill, are in the town. Now, the calls for accountability and questioning why they're supporting the group has grown and developed over time. Go and check out my previous videos if you haven't already. But today, I found out, well, I've known for a little while, but today I'm allowed to announce that John DeBell, this guy here, who is a former mayor of East Grinstead, he is currently, or was standing as the councillor for Ashplatts North, which is a part of East Grinstead, has resigned. Now, I want to firstly say that I contacted Mr. DeBell for a comment, and he hasn't responded as of yet. There has been no official statement about his resignation, so it is likely that we'll hear that in the next couple of days. It's not confirmed that it's due to this Scientology situation. However, I think it's highly likely based on inside sources and gossip that I'm hearing from around town. Now, I actually missed this the other day. On the 26th of February, East Grinstead Town Council scheduled an extraordinary council meeting for 4th of March, which is yesterday, and unfortunately I missed it. This was the agenda: to note a resignation has been received and to declare a casual vacancy in the Ashplatts North Ward. So that was the mayor, Fraser Visser, calling for an emergency meeting, which took place yesterday. Now, these are the minutes of the meeting, which lasted a total of 6 minutes. And it says as follows. He explained this is not an ordinary meeting and therefore a very short agenda to simply deal with the matter that has arisen that requires swift attention. The council noted that Councillor DeBell has resigned from his seat on the town council. He was thanked for his many years of service, including a period as mayor, and wished well in placing his efforts into the district and county council positions that he holds, where the council look forward to working with him further. The town council advised that the council is required to declare that a vacancy has arisen. The town mayor explained the process of filling the vacancy is that a notice will be posted giving the details as to how an election can be called. If an election is not called within the appropriate time, the council will consider the co-option process to fill the vacancy. If an election is called, it is envisaged that it will coincide with the Police and Crime Commissioner election on the 2nd of May. That is the entirety of the emergency council meeting minutes, and I understand that a by-election is what's going to happen. That means there is a vacancy for the Ashplatts North part of East Grinstead. John DeBell has resigned. I understand now, I don't have the evidence to back this up because he hasn't issued a statement yet, but I understand this is in light of the ongoing debacle around the Scientology corruption of East Grinstead Town Council and their handling of my complaints and attempts to educate the councillors on why Scientology are trying to infiltrate local government. Now, I put this out on Twitter earlier and a local resident has replied. I'm going to read it out here. He was one of the hardest working, most approachable, and definitely most honest of our counsellors. He taught me at school. We all called him a legend. Not surprised he's taken a stand, as clearly had no time for the Church of Scientology or the other greedy hypocrites on the council. Well done. So I think it's clear that the timing of this resignation is almost definitely linked to the Scientology situation that's going on, especially considering, this is all happening at the same time. Why would he resign now if it wasn't related to the council's handling of the situation? Now, I've known this has been coming for a little while, and I was waiting for it to be officially announced, and now it has. Like I said, I'll keep my eyes open and ears to the ground to see the statement that is released, and of course I will publish that when it comes. But that's the news. The former mayor has quit, which means this whole scandal is causing a massive issue. Now, my whole message to East Grinstead Town Council is that all we want is for you to stop supporting and enabling the Church of Scientology to continue in its abuses that it is practicing at St. Hill. We're not asking for the council to make a ruling or a judgment on the belief system or anything like that. All we're asking is for a review into the relationship that is ongoing between the council and St. Hill. That's what we want. And we want you to not call us bullies, which is what's happened in the situation of me speaking out about my experiences in Scientology. Huge news, I think, and this is only just the start. I wouldn't be surprised if this was not the catalyst for more resignations and public stances in relation to the Scientology issue. I've had a number of local residents in East Grinstead contact me over the last couple of weeks to express their thanks for bringing this message up and express their concern about the council's doubling down and refusal to take accountability and be transparent about their relationship with the council. Now, another piece of news while I've got you, if you haven't caught up on my previous video, please do so. I'll give you a quick recap. Essentially, I submitted a complaint to East Grinstead Town Council about the handling of my question that I raised at a council meeting that was redacted from the minutes and removed from their YouTube channel. I submitted a complaint, and it was then it's been granted a complaints hearing. Now, they issued a panel of people to hear the complaint, and I suggested that that's not quite fair because the people on the panel are people involved in the complaint. Now, East Grinstead Town Council heard me, and they totally said, yep, no problem, we'll change the panel, and replaced everybody on the panel with people who are literally on Scientology's website in videos promoting the close relationship the council have with Scientology and how wonderful Scientology are. So I submitted this response in light of my previous stream. I'm going to share this with you. This is what I sent to the council. Dear Sarah, since filing my complaint, the council has issued a statement accusing me of bullying councillors and has denied a Freedom of Information Act request as vexatious. In order to be respectful of the council's time and resources, I thought it would be wiser to address these issues in the existing complaint, especially considering they are related to the issue at hand, as opposed to filing a second new complaint and creating more work for the council. The reason I said that is because in their previous response, the council tried to say that they can't cover these issues because it wasn't addressed in the original complaint. However, if this cannot be covered in the existing complaint and/or a new complaint would be more appropriate, please do advise, and I will file a second complaint accordingly, with the understanding this would not be vexatious in nature. With regard to the panel, thank you for hearing my concerns regarding the impartiality. However, I have significant concerns about conflicts of interest with some of those chosen as replacements. You are the person who authored the letter in which I was described as a bully, and both Rex Whitaker and Margaret Belsey are featured in videos on promoting Scientology on their website. In one video, Councillor Whitaker is seen standing next to David Miscavige at an event in St. Hill, and in another, Councillor Belsey described their support, friendship, and warmth as greatly appreciated. Here's the video with the timestamp. The Church of Scientology have a well-known policy of fair game which aims to silence and intimidate critics and former members. Considering I fall into this category and the complaint is based on concerns about the council's close relationship with Scientology, and East Grinstead Town Council's attempts to do exactly this by censoring the public record, I struggle to see how it would be appropriate for the panel to comprise of councillors who publicly support them and feature in their promotional materials. Would it be possible to please ensure my complaint is heard by an impartial panel who do not have a conflict of interest arising from their public support of the Church of Scientology? Thank you and kind regards. Now, I thought that was a completely fair request to make, that the people on the panel hearing my complaint are not associated with Scientology. Now, this is the response that I received today. I can tell you that request was denied. It says, "Thank you for your email dated 1st of March. In response to your request, may we reiterate again that your complaint is in relation to the redaction of the public question time of the council meeting held on the 8th of January 2024. We note that the panelists are impartial and none of the councillors or officers that will be on the panel were involved with your complaint matter, and therefore your request is denied. As also previously advised, should you wish to challenge our response to the FOI, please contact the ICO." So we have a situation here that is worryingly similar and almost a mirror image of the arbitration situation that's currently going on with Val Haney over in the United States, where she is being forced into arbitration in her court case to do with Scientology and harassment and intimidation and so on. So what they're doing is they're saying, we will hear your complaint, but only if it's people who agree that you're a bully and support the organization that you're trying to raise concerns about. I think this is majorly concerning. It's really, really unfair. And you also have to consider that the Church of Scientology are trying everything they possibly can to destroy my life and to stop me from speaking out. Being a part of the Church of Scientology was a traumatic experience. So sitting in a room with counselors who are in their promotional videos talking about how great they are, I just really don't think that's going to have the best impact on me and my mental health. So I'm going to push back and ask one last time for the complaint to be heard by an impartial panel. Hopefully they get back to me and consider that request, but who knows? The deadline for me to supply the evidence I wish to bring at the complaints panel is this Friday, and the complaint panel itself will be next week on the 15th of March. I've been told I'm not allowed to record it. The council are the ones that will be making minutes, and I will not get to approve them before they go live and published and at their next council meeting. It's all very one-sided and very biased, so lots of concerns there, but hopefully I will be given the chance to be heard by an impartial panel. But who knows? The thing is, East Grinstead Town Council are just making it worse for themselves every time they try and respond or do something or say something. They just make it worse. They're digging the hole for themselves, and all they need to do is just put their hands up and say, sorry, we need to review this. I've been calling for an independent review into the running of the council and its response to this whole issue. Now, another bit of concerning news. Now, consider the fact that the 29th of January was when the last council meeting was. That's when 4 people spoke up and asked questions, which was then redacted from the public record. The minutes to that meeting have suddenly disappeared from the East Grinstead Town Council website. Now, I put a link in the description for anyone that wants to go and double check this for me. But if you go to eastgrinstead.gov.uk/meeting/council, you can scroll down. It gives you all the agendas and the reports for the different council meetings. Now, if you click on them, it does bring them up, although I've not shared the right screen, so it's not going to show you. Bear with me. Window, this one. Here we go. Okay, so if you click on the minutes to, for example, the 8th of January, it opens up the minutes in a PDF, although it appears to be taking a while to load, where you can see the minutes from the council meeting and you can review them as you see fit. Although for some reason the website is now not working at all. Let's see if this one works. Of course, my internet is going to do this, but I can assure you, earlier I checked and all of these work. Please go and check and click them all. But the one that's worrying is the 29th of January, which is the meeting in question, which is the big one where people were asking questions. If you click on that, it doesn't load like the other ones are just taking ages to load the PDFs. This actually comes up with an error message saying not found. They have removed the minutes from that meeting from the East Grinstead Town Council website. Who knows why? But I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with the fact that I only have a couple of days left to provide evidence that I want to raise at the hearing for my complaint next week. I have to supply that by Friday. But if I can't get the minutes from the website, how am I going to use that as evidence? It all looks really dodgy. And as one person said to me earlier, it's a cover up of the cover up, which I just think is a fantastic summation of what's going on here. But overall, it's really, really worrying. Karen, how Scientology of them? Yes, exactly. That's the thing. I've never heard of a council doubling down this hard and trying to protect their opinion and support of Scientology. Like, why don't they just put their hands up and just say, look, we need to look into this and review it? Matt Pritchard just checked. Someone has definitely manually removed them. Yes, exactly. So my internet's bugging out, but I'm glad you've managed to confirm that. Thank you so much. So lots of really worrying signs here. And as I say, they just keep making it worse themselves. And all I want to do is get in a room with them and educate them. I've been calling for months for a meeting where I can go in and sit down with them for an hour and just explain our concerns, why it's an important issue and why we need to be heard, and why this is a local issue of national significance. That's all I'm asking for. And every time I'm offering to give advice, to educate them, to raise the issue, I'm just being shot down. And now they are removing the minutes from the website. It's just going deeper and deeper as the days go on. And now a councillor has resigned. I think it's outrageous. It's hilarious at the same time. This is a big, big kerfuffle. And there will now be a by-election in East Grinstead for a new councillor to take that seat. Huge news. I'm going to keep on going. And this is just, as I said, the beginning of it. So let's get to some of your questions. SP Chef, hello. Sam, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Let's have a little look here. Goosebump was just checking up on your last live, Alex. Such a tangled web of snakes you're navigating. Yes, exactly. It's a tangled web, and it never needed to be. When I first asked a question back in November as to why the mayor thinks it's appropriate to go to events at St. Hill, it just got worse from there. It never needed to be this complicated and tangled. It really shouldn't be like that. So they're just making it, they're just making it worse for themselves. EduCon must suck to live in a cult town. That's one of the key things I'm saying. East Grinstead is a lovely part of the world. It's a lovely town, and I do really enjoy it down there. It's a shame that the councillors and the clerk are tainting the reputation of this lovely town by involving themselves in this huge debate that never needed to be so huge. Let's have a look here. And Harter, how are you doing? Does East Grinstead understand this is international news? Well, they certainly do know that there's international news. We've had reporters attend these council meetings and report on them internationally. Leah Remini has even issued a statement talking about this whole issue, and she's involved in trying to call for accountability. There's a change.org/Scientology as the URL, a petition with 1,300 people who have signed it, calling for the local government to end their support of Scientology. So they're aware, but whether that's sinking in, I'm not quite sure if they're completely getting it. Helen Gore, that is totally a bully tactic. Absolutely outrageous. Yes, exactly. They're the ones calling me a bully. I think it's outrageous, to be honest. And when have you ever heard of a council, a local government authority, call a member of the public a bully? It's just, honest, it blows my mind every single time. Hans Christian Schwartz, where do you go from here? Can you get additional help? Seems to me that all this is highly undemo-Brexit. Yes, so there is a process. We need to complete the complaints procedure before we can take it further. There are elements of this that have been taken further already and are being investigated, but we have to go through this complaints procedure, even though it's a kangaroo court and it's completely biased and set up to rule in their favor. We have to go through that in order for me to then take it to the next level if that is necessary. I'm hoping it won't be necessary and the councillors are able to hear the complaint and come up with a ruling or a judgment that is satisfactory. But if they don't, then we do have options to take it further. But fingers crossed, we don't have to go that far. Rachel, thank you for the super chat. Ask Leah to be your +1. That would be quite funny, but I'm not sure if it's quite worth the international trip for her to sit in a stuffy room with a bunch of old councillors who would rather not be there either. But she does support it, which is great. And the more support, the merrier. So, guys, I'm just going to play a quick clip of a video about something that's happening next week, and I'll be back with you very shortly. So just keep an eye on this, because this is happening on the 13th next week in London. Last November, we gathered at the gates of Scientology's UK headquarters in protest. We carried a clear message: the abuse has to stop. Scientology uses a complex system of coercion and manipulation to assert control over its members, restricting their liberties and painting the outside world as a dark and scary place. Often, people battle with the internal struggles and fear of losing everything and everyone they know for months, sometimes years, before making the decision to leave. On March 13th, Scientologists around the world will celebrate the birthday of their founder, L. Ron Hubbard. We want to show them it is possible to be happy outside of Scientology, and that there's a community of people here to support them if they choose to leave. So, let's have a party! Join us in London on March 13th to celebrate life without LRH. There we go. So if you are in or around London next week, please come and join us. We're going to be outside London Org. We're going to be protesting, and we're going to be showing Scientologists how wonderful life is outside of Scientology, and carrying that message of care and compassion to show them that there is a community of people out here to support them if they choose to leave, and show them that the world isn't full of nasty, horrible SPs like Scientology want them to believe. We're going to show them that no, we're happy, we're having a good time, and life is great without LRH. So go to iesprotest.com if you want to take part and find out all the information, and come and join me. Of course, we'll be live streaming. There's a couple of fundraising things going on there as well. We'd like to get some banners and placards and stuff printed. So if you want to donate, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee. There's a whole wish list system set up where you can contribute towards that sort of stuff. But if you want to be there in person, that would be great. If you want to watch the live stream, I'll of course set that up, and I'd love to have you guys there along with us for the journey. Now, one final thing before I wrap up is a little giveaway. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. So guys, if you want one of these items, let's show you here. So my merch store, apostatealex.com, there's the activist toolkit, which I thought relevant thing to go into. So there's t-shirts, for example, saying excuses given and trusting cults. There's a stay safe, chase clout. There's a note for all of a notebook for all the things that aren't in your remit. Not my dick sweat man. There's napkins to clean up the council's mess. Feel my finger. You know, there's all sorts of things. Also, they keep calling me a bigot, so I thought I'm not a bigot. I'm a big OT, which I thought was rather funny. So go and have a look if you want something from this activist toolkit on apostatealex.com. Guys, put in the chat right now. Put in, let's say, Xenu. Use the word Xenu. Put the word Xenu in the chat right now if you want one of these things. You can choose what it is you want. I'm going to pick a random winner, and you will be able to choose which item you want from the activist toolkit. So get the word Xenu in the chat. I can see some of them coming through. While we're doing that, Boo, yo, fix the links on your site. I want to pay for all your placards. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. If you go to buymeacoffee.com/apostatealex, the link's in the description. Go to wishlist. You can see all of the stuff there, and you can donate towards the placards. So thank you very much. Alrighty, guys. So the lucky winner is Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Thank you for taking part. You have won yourself something from the Activist Toolkit. Congratulations. So, Lucy, if you could please email me hello@apostatealex.com. Just say, hey, it's Lucy. I won the giveaway, and tell me which product it is you want from the store, from the Activist Toolkit section. Tell me what it is you want, and I will send you back a redemption link where you can get your free gift. So thank you so much and congratulations. I thought it was a little bit of fun. Haven't done a merch giveaway for a while, so there we go. Congrats, Lucy, and thank you everyone else. So guys, that's it from me. Just a short one. There's a couple of other things that I'm working on that I might be able to bring you later tonight, if not tomorrow or in the coming days. This story is developing, it's moving at a rate of knots, and it just keeps getting more and more insane as time goes on. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee in the link in the link in the description. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. It helps get the message out to more people. And I have one message and one message only for the council and for Scientology, and that is I'm on war footing and I am not fucking about.